Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari ST A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari ST games, some which I grew up with and some which are new to me. Today's game is Bombjack, which was a 1988 release from Elite, developed by Paradox Software, who we seem to have been seeing quite a bit of recently. This was a port of Tecmo's 1985 arcade game, which was all over the place throughout the 80s. Now, this game is a very popular title for the Atari ST back in the day, and the box art proudly proclaims it to be a best-selling #1 in the UK's Gallup software charts. ST Action, in its review, noted that the game lacked the variety of Bubble Bobble and the brilliance of Boulder Dash and the craziness of Cracked, which is a completely unrelated game, so I'm not sure why they mentioned that, but declared it not bad and slapped it with a thoroughly mediocre 55%. Well, let's go make our own mind up, shall we? Let's go play Bombjack.
Okay, here we are with Bombjack, developed by Paradox Software, who, like I say, we've been seeing a fair bit of recently, and published by Elite. Now, as I said in the intro, this is a game that really got around a bit on the Atari ST. I forget exactly why. I can't remember if it was a bundle or something, but I definitely remember this being all over the place for a while. Anyway, Bombjack. If you've not come across this game before, it is a single-screen platformer in which you must collect bombs. And ideally, what you want to do... Oh dear. What you want to do is collect the bombs that are lit, because they will give you more points and they will also give you a bigger bonus at the end of the level. Now, Bombjack is a quite interesting control scheme, where the longer you hold the fire button, the higher you jump. And you can also tap your fire button on the way down. You can also tap the fire button on the way down to slow your descent. I believe you can also push up. Yeah, if you push up while you're jumping, you can jump even higher as well. So a big part of learning how to play Bombjack is understanding its control scheme and learning how to navigate your way around those enemies and what the various power-ups do. So there are several power-ups in this. The one you really want to watch out for is I think it's the P one, because that turns all of the enemies into collectible tokens that are worth points. And there are also ones that give you bonus points. And I think there might be extra life tokens and stuff as well. Oh god, they're everywhere. Nimbly... Oh no! I was going to say nimbly avoid death, and I failed to nimbly avoid death. Right, well, that's how Bombjack works. Let's play again. So you can play this two-player. I'm pretty sure it's alternating rather than simultaneous, because this is kind of chaotic enough with one player. I can't imagine it making a ton of sense with two people simultaneously. Okay, there's the P power-up. So I can now collect all the enemies as tokens, kind of Pac-Man Power Pill style. And that will give me a couple of seconds grace period to clean up some of the bombs and be a bit more safe. Oh no! That was mean. I've always been quite fond of this game in its various forms. We didn't have... Oops. We didn't have a copy of this ourselves, but I'm pretty sure that someone we knew had it. You may recall a very long time ago in this series I talked a lot about my brother's girlfriend's father, who was also my clarinet teacher. And he had an Atari ST, and I used to like going to visit him because he had a better Atari ST than us. So he had a 1 megabyte model, while at the time we only had a 512k one. And he had the STFM as well, which meant that there was stuff that ran on his version of the ST operating system that didn't work on our ST. So there were a bunch of games I could play when we went to visit him that I wouldn't otherwise be able to play. And so I never used to mind that my parents would go over and drink wine and spend hours having boring conversations with him and his wife, because I could just disappear into the ST room and go play some games. And I'm pretty sure he had this. But in more recent years, I've developed a bit of a taste for Mighty Bombjack on the NES, which is a very strange game in that it alternates between scrolling platform stages and levels like this. Very odd game. Well worth checking out. If you have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, it's available as part of the NES app on that. So I highly recommend giving that a go if you haven't already, because it's a really unusual, really creative game that's definitely worth your time and attention. I actually suspected that this game was a Paradox Software game before I actually confirmed that for myself. And I'll tell you the way I figured that out is because of the music. Paradox Software's composer, I'm not sure of his name offhand, but Paradox Software's composer had a very distinctive style about him that was immediately recognisable. So like the music in this game sounds very much like the music in other Paradox games like Haunted House and Space Station and Chopper X and so on. I don't know if this game allowed you to connect a keyboard to the Atari's MIDI ports like the other Paradox games would, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Just because the style of the music in this game is very similar to those other Paradox games, and you could do that in those ones, and that was one of my favourite things about them, even though I knew the games themselves weren't very good. And in fact, I remember my brother used to take the piss out of me for playing stuff like Space Station when he thought they were complete garbage, and they kind of were complete garbage, but I was just so excited by the fact that you could do something as cool as plugging in a keyboard to the Atari ST and have it play the music from the game you were playing through the keyboard. So like I say, no idea if you can actually do that in this version of Bombjack, but it wouldn't surprise me. And the cool thing about that was, it actually left the ST sound chip free to do just sound effects. So it meant you didn't get that thing where the ST didn't have enough sound chip channels to play music and sound effects at the same time, which is a common problem because the broad ST sound chip only had 3 channels, and thus more often than not, if you wanted to play a sound effect, you'd have to you'd have to lose out on part of the music. I thought there was a way to drop more quickly as well as more slowly, but don't seem to be able to find that in a minute. Oh yes, please. We'll have one of those power pellets. No! Oh, this is really hard. Oh dear me. I'm having fun though. Like I've said in previous episodes where we've looked at games by Paradox Software, their output was very variable. Because they've made some stuff that was complete junk that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But then also they made stuff that was perfectly competent, like this. I mean, this isn't the greatest arcade port you'll see on the Atari ST, but it's competent. It does the job. It's a convincing rendition of Bombjack. And I think that might be one reason why it was quite popular back in the Atari ST days. Because, to be honest, in a lot of cases, a vaguely competent port was something that was worthy of praise. That's because there was such a disparity between the hardware of arcade machines at the time and that of home computers. That having something that at least looked like the arcade machine, even if it wasn't a perfect conversion, was always quite exciting. And also the idea of a sort of Japanese-style mascot game like this was quite, I don't want to say exotic, but certainly something that was appealing. Oh, I missed the P pill. But yeah, games with distinctive characters weren't sort of a thing that didn't happen at all, but it took a while for a lot of Western developers to really figure out what Japan had been doing with their games for years. Which is to sort of attach distinctive, memorable characters to the gameplay so that the player would have something to latch onto. And something to positively associate with the game. Ooh, that was a bit of a clutch, wasn't it? Oh, this is nasty. So many enemies. Ah! Get away! I'd really love to have one of those P things right about now. Please, give me a P! That's what she said. Etc. Oh no, no! Oh no, it's all over! It's all over. Right, I think we'll have one more try at this, and then that's probably enough for today. Bombjack appears to sprout rings out of his ass when he dies. I guess they're supposed to be angel wings or something, but yes, they still come out of his bum, so make your own mind up. Yes, the other reason why I suspected this was a Paradox game, long before I knew it actually was a Paradox game, is that that whoop sound effect that you make every time you pick up a thing. That was Paradox's favourite sound effect. They used it all the time in absolutely everything. So like pretty much everything you pick up in Haunted House and Space Station, you'd hear that noise. Pretty sure it was like a power-up noise in Chopper X as well. It's kind of weird when you think about it, because there are software companies from the Atari ST era that I probably can't remember the name of or anything they did. And yet Paradox Software put out a bunch of mediocre nonsense. And I can remember them perfectly. I don't know how to feel about that. Go on, one more go, because I messed that up right at the start. So let's have one more try. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I would have enjoyed having this on my Atari ST back in the day. Oh no! As frustrating as this game is, yeah, I think I would have liked having my own copy of this. I want to say there was a home computer exclusive sequel to this, I think. Don't know why that just popped into my head, but I'm sure that's true. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I have the distinct feeling that this is one of those games that, while it had its roots as a Japanese arcade game, at some point there was a Western developer thought, oh, we like that Bombjack game, let's make our own one. And then there's like a Bombjack 2 or a Super Bombjack or something like that that was developed specifically for home computer. I'm sure that's true. It might not be true. There's my disclaimer for that. It might not be true. But yeah, I really have that in my head for some reason. That is something I would have to look into. Or perhaps someone in the comments can enlighten us. Ooh, extra life. That's a horrible noise for an extra life. And there goes my extra life. Down the toilet, where it belongs. Oh, I'm losing my focus, and there's a daddy long legs on my television. I think that is life telling me I should probably stop playing Bombjack and maybe go to bed. It's getting quite late here, but I'm having fun. And that's the important thing, isn't it? Anyway, that is Bombjack for Atari ST, published by Elite and developed by Paradox Software. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Like I say, I remember playing this, or possibly that sequel that may or may not exist, back in the day. But yeah, that's that. Fun game, worth a try. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.